Pamela GRAU. I am an artist and a curator. You know, I'm a painter, and I've felt tremendous guilt and shame, I think. I mean, even though my materials are repurposed materials, I still have been a painter for the last 50 years. And knowing the toxicity of my materials, knowing the damage it does, but not being able to give up my attachment to what I do. And so her project, she doesn't even know this yet, has really challenged me, because I want to participate and I want to do something new for her. And I am, you'll see what I'm working on. So instead of using paint, I'm using mud. And instead of using pigments, I'm using ground up flower petals and different things to create color and create texture. And as I'm doing it, I go, but this will fall apart right afterwards, one rain and it's gone. And I thought, how wonderful. Because that's the ego of me, my ego, that is attached to this permanent thing that's going to be in a museum or in a show, and it has to have longevity, and it has to have monetary value because I sell for so much money. And you know, it's like, take that all away and get down to playing with mud and pods and collected nature, and I have nothing. But that nothingness is the new paradigm that I want to shift into, because I don't want to be passing along a storage unit of unsold art to my family. No gallery museum collector needs any more of my work. So how can I still fulfill myself as a creative being without leaving a big footprint? And that's and the struggle is really with my ego, because I'm finding I can have fun with natural materials. It's just that ego attachment to who I've been or who I think I am or whatever it is, you know, to let that go. And that's where most of us have to head. We have to let go of the ego to participate in the solution. The way the project was proposed to me and the way that I chose the artists to be in our group, we were basically, prior to meeting you via Zoom, we were discussing artists who are inspired by nature, artists who live in Ojai, who use the nature of Ojai, the beauty of Ojai, or the complexities of Ojai in their work. And so the briefing probably didn't occur in the same way that you just proposed it. You know, our artists were chosen rather than maybe inspired by that subject. Although we did walk the fields the other day for the climate park, and the concept of regeneration, I think maybe from my perspective, and I'm just jumping in here, I think as global environmental issues become more of core issue in our culture, and it's in both of our cultures, that as artists, we're like the reporters in the world. We're sensitives that pull in information, and it comes through us and it affects us, and then we produce things as a result of that. And I know for myself as an artist, I'm very much looking at not only the materials I use and the things I talk about in my work, but how it affects nature. You know, what kind of footprint am I leaving? Mine would be vastness. There's something about Ojai for me. I came from living by the ocean, which was vast, but lots of people, to having, where I live, I have the most spectacular view, and it just goes on forever. And that open, vast green that I look out on every day, and then the sky at night with all the stars. You know, I sit outside at night just looking at this huge skyscape. So it's the landscape during the day and the skyscape at night, and it opens my heart and my soul, and that's where I'm at these days.